Hey y'all, my name's Michael. I'm an American expat who retired early, sold everything, and moved to Thailand to live my best life. And this is Retiring to Asia, the podcast. Well, welcome back everybody to another episode of Expat Interviews from Retiring to Asia, the podcast. And today I'm with Brandon. Brandon owns or is a partner in one of the more popular cafes and lounges here in Pattaya. Brandon, introduce yourself to everyone.
Hey, my name is Brandon Orange. Originally from California, Los Angeles, and that's where I was born. Then I moved to Mississippi at a young age, and so I kind of represent Mississippi to the heart. That's what my great grandfathers and everybody the older generation that I learned a lot from to mold me to where I am today. So yeah, thank you for having me, Mike.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me come in. So we're actually in the cafe upstairs now, and it's a great place. Tell everybody about how you came to open a cafe in Pattaya, Thailand.
I know, right? So, um, I took a business development job at a software company before I decided to open this up. However, I came to Chiang Mai visiting a friend of mine, and he was like, "Man, let's do some type of different venture." So we looked at like internet cafes and in Chiang Mai. So then I got to Pattaya doing some, like I said, business development work for a software company, and then I just seen it was an opportunity for us to just to put our flag down, and be represented in a more classier and good food, representation. So that's what kind of made me decide to open something up. Right place, right opportunity. Then with my team, I had a real estate team, Roof 21, that helped me kind of secure the location that I was looking for. And so it just took off from there.
Yeah, and we're in a great location. We're right in front of Riviera Jomtien. So between Soy 13, Soy 14, Jomtien, right on Second Road. So easy access to everything, real centrally located. So you were in business development, but now you're a chef. How'd that happen?
Well, in Mississippi, when I went back from California when I was younger, I cooked my whole life. Started at McDonald's, line cooked at every restaurant as far as from Red Lobster. Started out as a dishwasher, went down the lines, fry cook, saute, grill, and so that's where my experience came from. And then my family, it's natural for us in the South to really have some good food, growing up.
Yeah.
So from there, went to the military, and I got into more of logistics and wanted to pursue my education. And so got out, got hurt, got hurt during the war. So then came home, San Antonio, and still the passion of cooking was still in my blood. So got an executive chef position at the Riverwalk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so from there, I was going to school, pursuing my degrees, finish up with my MBA, to make a long story short, in international business. So this was kind of like a bucket list, and a setup for what you see now.
That's great. Yeah, I actually started my law enforcement career in Laredo with Customs. That was back in the early '80s, mid '80s. So yeah, familiar with San Antonio. It was a nice getaway. Been on the Riverwalk many times.
Yeah.
Texas is second or third home to me.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I've been there so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me more about the cafe here. So you've got a unique spelling for the name. Tell me about the name. Is there anything special?
Yeah,
behind
you're
that?
hitting the right questions. The name culture, and I just threw a Q on it. I just wanted to be welcoming to all cultures. America that's what we represent,
Right.
And so I wanted to make a place where we can represent that here as well. So that's why I named it Culture. Welcome all cultures, no discrimination, man, woman, female, lady, boy, whatever your gender may be, whatever your culture may be, but we can all come together around some good food.
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of food do you specialize here? What's the
Well,
menu
this is a
like?
brunch cafe. This one is a brunch cafe. And like I told you, we got some expansion coming, but I will talk about that later. But
Save that for the end.
yeah,
Let everybody wait.
exactly right. So we have our famous French toast pancakes, and kind of the things that were kind of makes the American staples in the U.S. You know, the pan sausage, chicken with your waffles, and so things like that. And so there's something new to the city, and it's been very welcoming.
Yeah. So I mean, Thailand in general, but Pattaya too specifically, a lot of coffee shops,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So you're distinguishing yourself with that menu set up, and it's basically for me it sounds like American comfort food, right?
Exactly.
Just want to hang out, brunch,
Yeah.
breakfast, fill up on something from home that you don't
Mm-hmm.
often get around here.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So most of the folks that are watching or listening, since we're doing podcast style here, are probably going to be thinking more about retiring. But now I retired early and came here. Some folks may not quite be ready to retire and might be interested in like a work visa. So obviously you own a business. So we'll talk about what that gets you in Thailand.
Yeah, so this is, you hit the head on the nail when you were talking earlier as far as me having a partner. That's one of the first things if you want to get it into the business quick. If you have some type of concept that you like that can differentiate yourself from around here, and you want to go into the business route to get your work permit, or you can find a job. There's a lot of jobs that are taking expats. So that's how I started. That's how I got here.
Right, in your business development.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
So in that case, a business sponsored you.
there
Got
you
your
go.
visa, you came in,
Exactly.
and then you gravitated into
Yeah.
partnering in your own business.
There you go.
And so that'll get you the work permits.
Yes.
That gets you long-term stay.
Exactly.
Now, with a work permit, long-term stay, do you still have, like for a
Yeah.
retirement visa, I have 90-day report?
Yes, yes. So you still have to go check in, just to see that you're still working there, and sometimes they come and check up on you, and every year you have to renew it, and to see if you're like, again, you're still working there, or is your business still viable, still operating.
So it's not some shell
No,
company, plaque
yeah.
on a wall. Yeah. So immigration will come by
Yeah.
and check and make sure that everything's above the board.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I think you hit some key points as far as work permit, and a lot of people think it's easy, and it's not easy because it takes up to 90 days to get a work permit, and they actually take your visa, and then they go through the preliminary steps. They come around and see if you have 4 Thai working staff on your books. Therefore, 4 staff to every foreigner.
Right. Every
Yeah.
foreigner you have working, you got to
Yeah.
have 4 Thai.
4 Thai. So that's really important to know when starting a business. As well, so like I said, so you got 90 days that you have to go through this process. Then you're gonna pay up to 200,000 baht for that work permit. But for me, I think the work permit is, in my opinion, one of the best ones, because now you're almost considered a Thai citizen, because you're allowed to go get a bank loan, you're allowed to go get a car loan, you're allowed to do some things that you can't do in the retirement visa and you can't do in the other different visas. So a lot of people don't know these little things.
Yeah. Banking here is actually a great point there. Banking here is actually really difficult.
Yes.
So a lot of people, even coming on a retirement visa, you have to open a bank account, you have to maintain a deposit in a bank account. But when you go to the banks, you get a lot of runaround about, well, we can't open a bank account for you because you don't have a visa. Well, I need a bank account in order to get my visa.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of mess going on, and you can't get loans, right? No Thai bank's going to give a loan to a foreigner here on a retirement visa. So if you want to buy a condo, you're either going to pay cash or you're going to have to do owner financing.
Exactly. So those are some big ones, and people have to understand, or make sure if you're coming to retire, make sure you have some money in your bank account. And then, of course, you have to be a certain age, 50 years old. And then if you have a retirement visa, you cannot obtain a work permit.
Yeah,
so you're going to have to choose either or.
Right. Yeah. So you gotta pick a path.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Head down it. So how's business life for you here in Thailand? What's it been like?
Yeah, like I said, I love it. The challenges of only thing I can say is the different cultures. You have so many different cultures, languages, and ethnicities. So that could be the only challenge. But other than that, like I said, I've been welcomed with open arms with this concept. So I've been trying to represent America and myself in a very professional manner. Like we were featured in Discover Pattaya magazine,
Yeah.
and so just been trying to bring a quality product to the area. So I think anybody, any country will respect that you bring a good quality product to the area, such as McDonald's, Starbucks. So if you got a good concept, I think that it can work anywhere you go. So like I've been approached to open up multiple locations throughout Southeast Asia, Philippines, China. So it's just all about doing proper business the way the country wants it to be done.
Yeah. Now, when people approaching you for other the other business opportunities you're talking about, is like someone has another expat has come and said, "Oh well, but I want to live in the Philippines. Can I open a culture there? Take your concept, or what are
Well,
those opportunities looking like when they come?"
yeah, so with me, I do offer franchise opportunities, but again, you would have to, if you're in the Philippines, I'm give that for an example. So I was approached by a Filipino, not an expat. But say if it was an expat that approached me, they would have to be partnered with a Filipino.
Yeah. So you've got all the
So
laws.
you still, so they're still gonna have to partner with, or you can also fall under the brand. Say we're in Thailand, you can fall under the brand and open up a business, and then I structurize it based upon however it's being done. You understand?
Yeah.
That's another easier way. It's almost like they do that with the blows, the cannabis
with all
shops
the
around
cannabis
here.
shops,
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
So
They're
it's not
frank.
50 different
There
cannabis
you go.
businesses. It's one
Exactly,
business, multiple locations, all under
exactly.
one license.
Yes, yes. So that's a really another aspect of looking at it. And that's a way to almost not get around the system, but kind of go within the gray areas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So say an expat come to me, say, hey, I want a franchise in Bangkok. Now I already got my 4 Thai staff.
But if it's an expat there, you got to have 4 more.
4 more, but you more
gonna
than
get back
likely
there.
gonna have 4 more.
Yeah, your staff there. You're
There
gonna
you
want Thai
go.
people.
So that's how they're getting over and around, and that's how a lot of the Russians do.
So lots
Yeah.
of good tips coming out.
Yeah.
The inside scoop on working in Thailand. You know, man, I really want to ask you, because you're talking about franchise opportunities and how the company's been going. I want to ask about that growth opportunity, that expansion you've been talking about, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Philippines as an example, and you mentioned you came working in Thailand. Have you worked overseas anywhere else? Did you consider when you said, "All right, I'm leaving America"? Did you consider any other countries? Or has it always
No,
been
well,
Thailand?
well, I have, and this is what you hit a great question again, because that's the debate now. Which country is the best, right? Philippines versus Brazil, Philippines versus Thailand. Which countries are actually the best? Me personally, I like the infrastructure here. I like the laws. I feel also the safety
Yeah,
is big here.
it's a big
And
factor.
so here you have, it's almost like in America. I did another interview and I said Thailand's like the new America. So many welcome from so many different cultures here.
It's a
And
huge melting pot.
exactly, a huge melting pot. Bangkok is New York.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So, and then you have
but it's much cleaner than New York.
yeah, right, right. Yeah, exactly.
system's
So, but it's the melting pot. You see so many different cultures. And so, like I said, that's what gave me the influence of naming this culture. I'm like, wow, this is like so many different people. You have Chinatown, you have Korean town, you have Indian town, you have Russian, town or whatever. And so I like that. And in these other countries, it's not welcoming like that.
Yeah.
And so that's a big thing for me. And also, like I said, the laws, the cannabis, that's a big one there too.
That might
for
be
those.
going away the end of the year.
Yeah,
Right?
but it's gonna be a huge fight. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be a fight because they didn't let it get too far.
Right.
It's already there on every corner, and you got some big people with some money, some big players in there.
That's a big rollback.
So that's a big one for them to roll back. Exactly. To be. Go ahead.
And I guess that's pretty common in Thailand. They'll put something out.
That's the only thing. That may be the downfall.
Pull it back.
And that may be the downfall, that may be, but nowhere's perfect,
Right.
so yeah, so those are the little things, but other than that, I think it's a much better overall to even raise kids. Safety, as I say again, the crime is low. you
crime's
know,
very-
and the cost of living. So you have all those things to take in consideration when doing your move.
Yeah, you really can't beat the cost of living. It's but getting back to where we started on this, looking at different countries and that kind of stuff, and you were talking about the differences. It really boils down to everyone's personal preference.
Exactly.
Right? Is this place better than that place?
Yeah.
Better than that place? Everybody's going to make an argument for where they land. But I know one of the great things I talk about all the time that I love about Thailand is that it's so easy to get everywhere else. Right? And if you want to go try the Philippines or you want to go to Vietnam, you can go for a month, 2 months, 3 months. Keep your place here. I mean, it's a great launch pad,
There you go.
landing pad just to go out and
Yep.
explore and see a whole lot more of the world. And it's so cheap to do that.
And you decide where you want to settle down. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I started here. And this will be my base for future travel, and maybe it'll be home forever. Maybe in those travels you find someplace else. Right?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I'm gonna try this for a while.
Yeah, yep.
It's a great central location, easy to get in and out of it. And I think that's back to the infrastructure and stuff you're talking about. It's 3 major airports we have access to here, in Pattaya, and then 2 in Bangkok, and it's just.
And they continue to grow. Pattaya's growing so much. Like they're gonna put the rail system here.
Yeah, the high-speed rail.
Yeah, the condos are going up everywhere, and then they're gonna build the CM Icon CM.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
Icon going down in
this
Jomtien.
exactly. So Ocean Marina area towards Bang Sarai, I think those areas are growing, and if you see the development, so I like that in the infrastructure. You know, but like again, like you said, there's some arguments of these other Asian countries such as Vietnam and all those Cambodia. They're really up on the uprise. So like you said, it's goes down to the preference.
Yeah, get down to personal preference for everybody. So we've talked a lot about Pattaya being great, Thailand being great. How long have you been here?
I've been in Thailand 2 years, and I've opened this a year.
Okay.
So I moved pretty quick.
Yeah. In the 2 years you've been here, have you had any bad experiences?
Immigration probably is the biggest one. Immigration and work permits and the time that it takes, and you constantly going back in to check in, and also the paper trails, the paper problems. They go by paper here, so you have to have over 100 documents, just to get something done, and it's not electronically. So they have a little. They're lacking in those areas.
Yeah, and it's amazing to me. I talked about that in another video on the YouTube channel about paperwork, especially at immigration, and things actually still being on forms you have to fill out, right? And then if they're translated to English, they've been like literally translated, so a lot of times they don't make sense as we read in English. But it's amazing to me that sometimes, in ways Thailand is far more advanced than the U.S.
Yeah, but then there's other ways.
Then they're still like doing papers, right? And not even fillable PDFs. It's like you're gonna hand you 50th generation.
It's form, right?
One, I can't read it because the ink is so bad. Like it doesn't make sense. But then we've got things like QR payments.
Yeah, exactly.
You can go to the store and or a restaurant, and they'll print off a receipt with a QR code at the bottom. And it's you scan that with your bank app, and it automatically fills in the exact amount, the payee, and you send that. You're not getting your credit card skimmed and that kind of. So,
or counterfeit, a lot of the different stuff. Yeah, exactly.
So, like banking tech, and there's another one, banking, right? Banking technology is through the roof. But then, if say you move. You open a bank account on Second Road here in Pattaya at Bangkok Bank, and then you move to Krabi, and you want to go to Bangkok Bank down there. Well, it's not like your account's at Bangkok Bank. Your account's actually on Second Road.
Yeah,
I know. You have to open a whole new account down there.
Yeah.
So you probably dealt with that coming.
Well, you don't have to open up a whole new one, but you're gonna get some different fees by banking at that one, or if you're using the ATM.
Yeah.
So you're still in the SCB because I have SCB. So I got my SCB with my work permit, and the company got all that organized for me. So. And I got it done here in Pattaya. This is my main branch. But I can still go to Bangkok and go into the SCB branch and take out some money.
Sure.
But it may cost a fee. because it ain't my
It's not
main bank.
your bank.
Yeah. So those are the only.
Still your big
Business,
bank.
yeah.
It's not your branch.
Branch.
Everything is. That's what I was getting at. Everything is like branch central.
Yeah.
And the branches almost operate like independent banks or independent franchises of the bank. So it's strange how on one hand everything's technologically advanced, and then on the other it's like not so much.
Yes.
It's kind of that too for me has been just the frustration of some paperwork and overhead.
Yeah.
Bad experiences. I haven't had any yet.
No, other than the driving too.
Yeah.
The traffic.
Still, the driving is like you'll see like two cars almost crash.
Yeah.
And whoever was wrong is just like, oh,
sorry. Yeah.
And the guy who was right, they're not like blowing the horn.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, go ahead. It's okay.
No, for real.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I agree.
And that's that culture thing.
Yes.
Right? And
yes.
It's, man, I've tried to adapt that so quickly. Just let it all just kind of roll.
Yeah.
No matter what
Somebody just cuts you off. Somebody just walks in front of your car. You're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah. But you know what I do? I drive so slow. Because I have a car here.
Oh,
and I'm not a motorbike person, so I have a car and then I just drive slow and, just...
Let everybody else do that.
Yeah, and that's what you kind of got to do, and I've been noticing. Because if you're in a hurry, you're going to end up hitting something. I didn't hit something before, too. So, learn real quick.
Oh, man. All right, so let's see. You've been here 2 years. You've got your own business going. Somebody who's, and we talked about, the intricacies of doing that and the benefits of doing that, but for someone who's planning on making the move, leaving their home country, moving abroad, whether it's to Thailand or anywhere else, just make a complete dump and move like you did, what advice would you give?
Be prepared and just do it. Now, one thing, I still have properties and my family is in the U.S. too, so I didn't just but I wanted to start a foundation here. And I still love my country,
sure.
So I still have ties there. But for the ones who are just want to just up and leave, and I gave this interview before, just do it. Like, don't hesitate. Do your research first, of course.
Sure. Yeah.
And then try it out. Come on vacation. Make sure your money is correct and you're financially sound to where you can live over here. And me personally, I just was talking to a friend of mine earlier. When you're in the retirement stage, I think these are some of the best countries to live in because then your money goes longer.
Yep.
You get a bigger bang for your buck.
Yeah.
So
and when you start to get old like me, you start worrying about health.
No. You start worrying about a lot because
yeah.
we were talking about mortgage rates though.
Yeah.
So you got to think about it. If you're over there and you bought a house, say at 50 years old, and you're going to be working to 80.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You can't afford not to work.
You can't afford not to work.
That's the sad
thing. And on top of that, you may think that you're paying your mortgage off, and the rates went up, and then now you're like, oh my God, now I'm gonna have to be working a couple more years to be able to pay it off.
Yeah.
So now you're working to pay off your mortgage, and then you're gone.
Yeah. Yeah, you work until you die.
You work until you die. So
sadly, that's pretty much the only option for a lot.
And you wish you would have did all these things and you're going to be on your deathbed and have all these regrets.
Yeah, I didn't wear one of the shirts I have and kind of theme for the channels. Die with memories, not dreams.
There you go.
Right. So if you're working,
that's perfect.
If you're living to work, you're gonna die with dreams.
There you go.
But you got to get out, like you said. Just do it. Right?
Yeah, just
go on
do
vacation, check it out,
Yeah.
and come back not in vacation mode and start to act like you live here. Come on a longer stay.
There you go.
Don't come on vacation mode all the time. Because vacation mode, you come, you're like, okay, I got 10, 12 days, and I know I'm going back, and I'm gonna make more money. I'm going back to work. Come and like go shopping. Come and do things that you have to do if you lived here. Stay longer.
Yeah.
And then,
that's what I suggest too. A lot of people don't come here and stay long enough. You're already taking a day to get here. So I think me personally, you should stay at least minimum 15 days.
Yeah.
Minimum.
You got to make it worth it.
You got to make it work for the travel time. Exactly. So you got to get adjusted to the hours and things like that. And then 15 days is not even enough to see Thailand.
Oh no! Like I just made my first trip to Chiang Mai and Pai. 2-3 weeks ago now.
Exactly.
And I hadn't been to the north
Yeah.
yet. I'd been to Phuket. I'd been to Krabi when I was coming,
Yeah.
scouting around. I'd come 2.5-3 weeks, bounce all over the place. Where do I want to live? But I hadn't gone north yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge country. And for me, that was one of the draws of Thailand, right? Thinking of the Philippines, right? You're going to be on an island somewhere.
Yeah.
And if you want to go travel around, well, you got to take a boat to a bigger island and a boat to a bigger island. So you
Exactly.
get to a plane to take it to a bigger. So, for me, the ability to, it's like Texas, right? You know, Texas, you can drive for 8 hours in Texas and go from Laredo to Dallas.
Exactly.
You drive for 8 hours in Thailand and you're still in Thailand. Right? And it's a big country. So it's got a lot going for it. All right. So are you ready? Are you ready? Can I ask a question now?
I'm ready. Let's go.
You ready to pop the news? You got something going on here in the near future, and
right.
You're ready to announce it. Go for it.
Yeah, and this is gonna be the first. You're gonna be the first to know it and announce it to the world on your channel. To be honest, I've been trying to keep it under wraps, but I still am. I'm gonna roll it out little by little, slowly. I'm not gonna have a big grand opening, but I am gonna be expanding on this same row. Jomtien, about 5 doors down. We're gonna be doing an upscale wine bar, so we're gonna be open from like 3 or 4 to 11, and we're still gonna have our brunch here. We can't. This is our staple, so this will be the staple. We're just expanding on the brand, and to offer a little bit more dinner items, some things that we're used to, some Cajun seafood pastas, some like papados Thai style specials.
Okay.
Some different items too, flatbread pizzas, almost some California pizza style kitchens,
Nice.
and some wine tasting. We'll have poetry night. We'll have our live musician come back. And so we're going to have different nights of the week. Like I said, wine tasting. We'll also have like art gallery night.
Ah.
Yeah.
So like local artists
Yeah, some local artists come in, show off their artwork, have some wine, and just have a good time. And we want to bring some type of different element and quality to this area too. And I think that's the only thing what Thailand is missing, these different type of events, and to where you can kind of mix in the cultures.
Yeah, I was just thinking that how you branded culture, and that's bringing in a whole different side of the culture here, right? So bringing in the wine culture, which is big everywhere.
Exactly.
And then you're talking about art, poetry, and that kind of stuff. So
I'm excited and can't wait to have you out. And also, we'll probably might do another podcast there at that location because it's going to be closed during the day. So that's going to actually be my new podcast location. Really? Yeah. A lot of my interviews, I get a lot of people want to interview me. So I'll be doing all stuff there.
See, when you come out and you do great things, you get famous quick. Everybody wants to talk to you.
I'm super humble, man. I think this is a blessing. And I give all thanks to everybody who came before me. I'm just trying to leave a legacy for my family and represent us in the right fashion in a different country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want a different stigma painted for us Americans.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we get a bad,
the ugly American.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Arrogant.
Yeah.
Like they think they're just better than everybody. But we're super humble. We do great business. We're great people. It's just a lot of times we're stressed out. Hopefully, and that's why you're trying to get them to retire here. It can lessen that stress.
Yeah. Oh man, that was one of the biggest changes for me. Was like going from working all day and working late at night and working weekends to like now I don't work.
Yeah. Right.
Now
what day of the week is it?
It's funny. I've got an answer to that because I ask myself. People ask me all the time, "What day of the week is it?" And my answer is another. Ends in Y.
Right.
I don't know. I don't keep the schedule. It's just like but doing things like this, like I had to put it on the calendar so that it would pop up a reminder because like Friday 2
Me
o'clock,
too.
It was like
no, me too.
It's Friday.
Hey,
Right? It's just so relaxing here. I love to be able to let go like that. Just go whatever. So right, the other big question is what do you do all day?
Yeah.
And the answer, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever
right.
I want. And do as much as I want.
Yeah.
Do as little as I want.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And then you find your own purpose too along the way. A lot of people come over here like, what type of business should I get into? Never did podcasting, never did any YouTubing, never did any business, but they want to keep their self going,
Yep.
because that's what I do. This keeps me going. I get to meet people like you all day that come in the restaurant, and I think that is satisfying too.
Yeah.
Because if you retire, you have all this money, it's like still you're missing something.
Yeah. Boredom's dangerous.
Boredom.
A lot of people, well, so boredom, breed some bad habits. A lot of people will jump into this, not do anything. They'll get bored and they end up moving home.
There you go.
Right? Because when you're sitting around nothing to do, you get homesick, start worrying about all this thing. Maybe I was better off it, right? And you start second guessing, and then you just go home.
Go home.
So, yeah, and that's it. And you nailed it, right? I started YouTube when I when I first started planning to retire, right? So I had a 2-year plan to retire, and I was going to travel. I had a list of 10 countries I had it narrowed down to, and I was going to travel to those 10 countries and film all that and film all my decision making. And then I came here April a year ago for the first time and loved it right away.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh man, this is a great place. And I was, all right, I'm going to go home, and then I still need to go to the Philippines. All these other, I had gone to 4 places already, so I was about halfway through my list. And I went home, and some things at home changed, and I was like, oh, maybe I can speed up my retirement. So instead of June 2025, it became, all right, maybe December 2024. Then I came back here in September last year because I loved it, and I wanted to travel and see some more of it rather than go someplace else.
Oh, so you only been here like a year?
Yeah, I've been here, just a year and a month now.
Oh,
well,
wow.
No, not even that. So I've been coming here for a year. I just moved here in December full time.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
So I'm coming up on 6 months. But,
and how'd you find me? I'm going to ask you, yeah.
I love coffee. So, right, I Googled. So the first time I stayed right here at Riviera Jomtien, but you weren't open yet.
Oh, okay.
Because I was here April 2023. I think it was
open.
I think it was maybe.
I was getting ready to open.
It was like construction was about.
Yeah.
I would come around. I'm like, closed.
Yeah.
So we must have just missed each other.
Yeah.
But and then I came back in September and went home again, and I was like, oh man, I love it. I really think that's the place. And when I got home, like within a week or two, the boss calls me up after work, and he knew I wanted to retire, and I was planning. Everybody knew I was on a 2-year plan. It's like, this is not a bad news call. Like, it's like after working hours, and it's just you and me. You called me on my personal phone. Really? He's like, yeah, we're gonna do away with your job. Do you want to retire sooner? I'm like, heck yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, right.
So yeah, I was like, put me out now. So it's no, not that quick.
Yeah.
Right. So I got a good severance package on top of just ended my career.
Oh, okay.
Which, I'm actually still getting paid.
Oh.
For one more pay period.
Yeah.
So
Make it count.
Still drawing a full salary. I've been banking that stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So
exactly.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, Thailand is amazing. And
So you stay in Jomtien now?
I'm in Eris right now.
Oh, okay,
Jomtien Beach, but I've got big news too. I did a video, released it last week. A decision, like I had looked at a 2-bedroom house down in Bank Saray. So.
Oh, I like Bank Saray. I told you I
Very
like
nice.
that.
Yeah,
If
so-
I was to actually move, I would go more towards Ocean Marina, Bank Saray area. I
Yeah,
like it's more
so-
quieter. I think it hasn't been developed yet, so it has a lot of opportunities coming too.
Yeah. So I got a new place.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, I got a 2-bedroom
congratulations.
house down there, kilometer from the beach. Nice, quiet back roads. Great little like cottage style villa type setup. But anyway, so I'm moving, and the
man.
video ended last week with "Which do you think I'm gonna do?" So you let your cat out of the bag on the place. So,
Well, good.
hey, y'all, I moved. So, Monday is my last day here in Jomtien.
Well, hopefully you'll at least come see me.
Oh, heck
Like I said. So you Googled us?
Yeah. Well, I stay here Riviera, so I saw it, and then when I moved back, I was like, what's the name of that place? Where was it? And I saw like coffee shops near me, and of course, you ride Second Road all the time. I'm like, oh, okay. So here we go. And I've people from the channel. I get people, hey, I'm coming to Thailand. You want to meet up while I'm there? I'm like, yeah. So I've met a couple people here.
Oh, really?
I think when last time when I bumped into you, I was here meeting a viewer.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, let me ask you if you want to do a podcast.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, because I never met you.
Yeah.
I might be missing you when I've been here.
You're always in the back cooking. Or
Yeah,
something, or in
probably.
and out. You got things going on.
Yeah.
Popular.
And I try to talk to all my guests too. That's one thing is the customer service. Just trying to make sure making this place feel like home. So
Yeah, and it does. Again, it's a great place. Culture Cafe and
Yes.
Lounge, or I might have got it backwards, Lounge and Cafe.
Culture Lounge and Cafe.
Lounge and Cafe, Second Road, right at Riviera,
Yeah,
Jomtien. Wine bar coming soon.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Excellent.
you for taking the time out of your busy days to
Yes.
sit down and chat with me. It's great getting to learn more about you, and I'll definitely be back for coffee and,
Yes.
and brunch. And then when the new place opens,
There you go. We're going to do it
I'll be
again.
back for a glass of wine, too.
Thanks.
All right, Brandon, thank you.
Yeah,
All right,
thanks.
y'all. We'll see you in the next one.